One thing you'll want to do when the rice is ready, or when you've read the directions and followed them, it'll actually say to take it off the stove and to give it some stir around with a fork to give it air. And you keep it covered so that it can absorb as much moisture as possible. Rice has a tendency of doing that. It likes moisture. And sometimes not enough moisture, you end up with crunchy rice, and too much moisture, you end up with risotto. Or what you'd like to call risotto, but it's more like slop. So that's from years of experience. I don't use a fork, I use a spoon. So what I'm going to do is simply give it a good turn. Good. It's coming out great. Take it off the fire and cover it. Leave it there while this is taking. I've reduced my sauce to 1. I had it at 2 after starting a rolling boil, so I decided to reduce it to 1. And as you can see, it's picking up the consistency. This is going to be good enough for what I want to do. It doesn't have to be super thick, just have more than just liquidy substance. Besides, it's going to be a sauce. It doesn't matter if it actually goes in. Now with this, be careful here, because I have my skillet in the oven. Just want to check on the meat, see how it's doing. It's coming out like a clumped mess. A very clumped mess. So note to self, never put it this way in the oven. I'm going to empty out some of the juice from this, because fresh over frozen will give me fresh any day. These were frozen before, so they're not doing anything right. Now, cooking meat has advantages and disadvantages. First off, it's a protein. I'm going to leave it uncovered for the final 15 minutes of it. And raise it to 360. The meat itself is probably going to be debatable. You may or may not want to try it. But it's better if you actually do this with leftover turkey, or even a turkey breast that you can cook and baste in advance. Okay, so I'll stop it here. Put your sauce at 1, because this needs to cook for at least another 15 minutes. Put it minimum to keep it warm and to keep the water evaporating, and we'll be back to give a taste test. Okay? It's ready. So I'm going to be, I've already got my rice, and I'm going to be taking my meat now. I've done something that I don't want others to do, but because I haven't cooked it in a while in the oven, I wanted to make certain that what I was actually cooking would actually cook well. Right? Please don't try to move it with your hands. It hurts. Now, over here, where we're going to be. And look at this now. Just going to be covering it. Shut off this. And now it's taste test time. We'll see if this worked. The sauce could be a little bit sweeter, and I could have used a little bit more anise in my rice. Actually, almost the whole anise in my rice. But you still have that little smattering of licorice color or flavor that comes into the rice when you're actually biting it. Just a little bit. When you're eating a piece of anise, you actually get to taste it. And as for the sauce, well, the meat's perfectly cooked. It's not too dry compared to the last time that I did it this way. So, if you got any friends or family you want to invite over to actually cook this with you, or any other recipes that you've seen on the website, please do so. Cooking is most enjoyed when you're actually doing it for other people, or with other people, or for yourself. So, that said, have a nice one.